Hello, I've been inspired by your recent essays to talk to you about the significance and what it means in Section A. And here's your title, Explore the Significance of this extract. And some people are telling me that it's a very important extract, which means they don't really understand what significance means there. And it means, what are they a sign of? What is the comedy here a sign of? And an easier way is, what is the comedy? Write about what the features of comedy here reveal. What are they a sign of? What do they reveal? And what do they reveal about the characters, the play, and the world? So if you're getting onto sexuality or class hierarchies or the nature of love, those things, you're going up into the higher bands there. So think of it as explore the what the comedy here reveals. I think I've said that twice, so I'll move on. What you have to do is choose 3 headlining features of comedy. And by headlining, I mean after you've done the arc, you've got some more paragraphs to go, and each one should begin with a feature of comedy, if you can, as high up in the paragraph as you can, because you're thinking tired examiner, looking for them. And I've given you a nice visual of headlining at Glastonbury. And you can see your agent, if you're Dua Lipa, your agent has fought really hard. In fact, you're only coming to Glastonbury if you're in that headline, and in her case, first in the headline. She's even beaten Coldplay. Ooh. And so you can see you've got your headlining feature of comedy, and you might mention some other features of comedy, like right down at the bottom there, or as you go through the paragraph. You're not, you can. It's just your headline one here. So the disguise, blah blah blah, chaos a bit later on. That's fine. Or the setting, blah blah blah, the image used to create the setting, something like that. But get your headline up. That's lesson learned, I hope. A lot of you are very good at that. So this isn't wrong, but it keeps you, it's more basic. Look, the use of disguise, and this is a headlining, so it's good at the beginning of the paragraph. Great, disguise, great. Oh, it adds to the comedy. All right, does it? I mean, yeah, it does, I guess. It adds to the humour, doesn't it? But anyway, the use of setting, right? Okay, yeah. Oh, it adds to the comedy. The use of the love triangle, a bit odd, use of a love triangle. Anyway, oh, it's funny, it's comedic. Okay, so they're fine, and you're picking them out and writing about them is great. You've chosen those 3 things in this, but they're going to be your headlines. And can you see it's just a slightly more basic point that it adds to the comedy. No good me telling you that without telling you how to help it. And look, it took me a long time to work out how to spell zhuzh. Zhuzh. Some people are J-U-J. I don't know. I think it's in flux, so you can choose how to spell it yourself. And I've put there a picture of a zhuzhed up breakfast that you might have at Glastonbury, actually. Shakshuka, whatever it's called. So you started with the use of disguise adds to the comedy. And look, Viola's disguise, just give it a bit more precision. That's a zhuzh up. The use of setting, setting it this love scene at Orsino's house. Or Orsino's court, I wish I'd put. Adds comedy. Just a bit more, the contrast between the Duke, the high up Duke, and him wallowing around in love. Just a bit more precision would zhuzh it. Oh, and you might get onto those sorts of areas. The use of the love triangle. Oh, that's funny. Oh my God, is that funny? What have I put? I found that difficult to make more precise. So like, which actual bit of the love triangle? And I wish I'd put Olivia developing feelings for Cesario to complete the love triangle. So a bit more precise would zhuzh up, if that's where you are. Oh, I can't. Oh, okay. If you want to go further, here we go. I've come up with a formula. I think it's a bit mad. So either just stick with, if you never put features of comedy, stick with the slide I just did, where you actually precisely name it and tell me it adds to the comedy. If you want to get if you want to give this a practice it before the exam. Don't worry, it's better than it looks. The comedic feature of something allows something else. I hope I've explained this well. I'm not sure this is going well. Oh, you can also say the comedic feature of something reveals something. So it could be a step up for you. It's worth practicing. I'm not banning adds to the comedy. It's just try sometimes to put something else. So the comedic feature of Viola's disguise, let's get rid of the use of. Like this comedic feature of Viola's disguise, instead of adds to the comedy, allows the play to explore sexuality, same-sex attraction, gender norms, social class hierarchy, being thrown into chaos, whatever you want to say about Viola's disguise at any given point. So instead of the use of Viola's disguise adds to the comedy, it's this feature, Viola's disguise, allows the play to explore so many things. So instead of the use of setting, the comedic feature of a fantasy setting allows the play to explore a world where normal boundaries are ignored, whichever boundaries you want to write about, or to explore the human heart. Some people would write to explore the human heart. So the comedic feature of a fantasy setting allows the play to explore the human heart. I've just gone trad teacher there. The comedic feature of the love triangle, I suppose I want to stick with that, reveals the superficiality of human emotions. So instead of the use of the love triangle as comedic, this comedic feature allows you to explore human emotions, if you want. That's trad teacher again. So I infinitely prefer, sexuality being explored and same-sex attraction and heteronormative marriages. But you can write about the human heart, and you can write about human emotions and things like that. So, as I am not the examiner, the comedic feature of Viola's disguise allows the play to explore same-sex attraction. The comedic feature of a fantasy setting allows the play to explore a world where normal boundaries are ignored. You can see it's a step up, right? The comedic feature of love triangle reveals the superficiality of human emotions. It's just a bit better than adds to the comedy of the play, but you can write that sometimes. It's just not every time, all right? If one of these works at some point, do that. Oh, it went a bit wrong. I hope that this is all smoothly carried on. Slight sidestep, adjacent slide. You know you want to start your paragraphs with comedic features, but which ones? And I've put this ready reckoner up in many places. And if you're writing about the four lovers, I'm going to make a whole video on superior audience knowledge. You know there's a disguise involved, and not all the characters do. Usually only one of the characters does, and all the other characters are in the dark. That's a huge comedic feature to write about. Same with Malvolio scenes, some of them. You know the trick, he doesn't. So here, I'm going to spend 30 seconds on this slide, but I think I just want to make this not a frightening thing to do. If it's got the four lovers, you're probably on the love triangle. You might be at the happy ending, you might not be there. You've got a disguise, superior audience knowledge of the disguise. You've got happy endings, I'm saying, and the lovesick aristocrats thing. If you've got Malvolio, sometimes Sir Andrew, you're probably going to write about pomposity and being deflated in a comedy. He is the antagonist, sort of comic villain, being shown, getting his comeuppance. You're probably going to write about plotting, trickery, chaos, confusion, and the audience knowing about the trick. Those things, 2 or 3 of those, it's highly likely. And you've got your uppity servant, proto-Puritan, it's a nice way of putting it, your pompous official. If you've got Feste involved, you've got the rule of the fool, the wise advisor, and there are many other roles of the fool, depending on which one comes up. Wit, he might be saying something witty, clever, might not be. Humour involving wordplay, he might be doing that. Whatever he's doing in there, if there's a fool's in it, brilliant. And what a comedian has a license to do. I put comedian rather than fool because it's confusing. But as a fool, he's allowed to do all these challenging authority things. So you don't need to memorize these things. Hopefully they're really, really obvious. And I hope my subscribe button has come up and all sorts. So goodbye.